just seeing this painting like this.
Deja vu is when you imagine that you've experienced something before. We're not imagining that painting.
Do you remember the first time we saw this thing?
Mm-hmm, the museum in New York.
Yeah. But when I saw this, I was sure you were a princess.
I was such a romantic. I could see myself sitting on the throne. How silly.
Well, there's nothing silly about that. I mean, in the first place, there's nothing wrong with being a romantic.
No, I didn't know you thought that.
Well, there's a lot of history, you know, in that painting, and you're part of it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you accept it for what it is.
What's that?
It's the past.
There's a lot of history that's not so far in the past. I remember when Van held a knife to my neck and he was trying to take my ring away.
So do I.
You saved me.
Yeah, well, it's a habit of mine, you know. Going around saving damsels in distress.
It wasn't funny at the time.
No, it wasn't.
Well, as I said before, I was a real romantic. And worse.
What do you mean worse?
I was naive, foolish, self-centered.
Yeah, at times.
Most of the time.
You weren't very easy to get along with, no.
Yeah, I know, I just admitted that.
You were quite a pain in the neck sometimes, actually.
You don't have to be so frank.
Impossible. That is the word. You were so impossible that you
Frisco,
drove me up...
stop it.
You know, come to think of it...
Frisco?
What?
I don't recall you being any prize either at the time.
Me?
Yes. You. You couldn't hold a decent job, and the only kind of girls you could attract were screaming groupies.
Oh, wait a minute. You make me sound like I was a mess.
Oh, you were.
Well, I, finally did get a girl, though, didn't I?
Yes.
It was great at the beginning.
I know.
That got ruined, huh?
I know that, too. It's fine until Tony.
Yeah.
Tony's forgiven me. Oh, that's a wonderful feeling, to be forgiven and to forgive. I imagine both of them are equally strong.
About the situation with Tony.
No, don't try. I know how hard it is for you to forgive. Maybe impossible. There's so many layers to you. Maybe you just don't know how to forgive.
And at first I wasn't sure what he was getting at. And then I realized he was talking about Frisco.
Well, what about him?
Birthday.
It's Frisco's birthday in a couple of weeks.
June.
June 21st, to be exact. And, well, Tony had almost forgotten about it, and I'm sure Frisco has. So he wanted to plan something special for him.
You, too.
And he wants to include you. Well, we both do.
Well, I don't know if Frisco would approve.
He has no choice. This is going to be a surprise party.
Well, I guess it certainly would be a surprise, wouldn't it? It would be fun. It would be wonderful. You'd never guess in a million years.
Okay, now that we've decided that, we've got to figure out who we're going to invite.
Terry and Bobby.
Okay, Terry and Bobby. Jake.
Jake.
And Ginny.
Jenny.
And Robert and Holly Scorpio. Oh, she was so good about the baby and all.
And Josh, of course.
Yeah.
Josh.
Okay, now that it is decided, you've got to remember not to slip up and say anything, okay?
Well, I don't think we'll have to worry about that. We won't talk that much anymore anyway.
No. I'm here to talk to you outside now.
All right.
I was thinking about what you said at the penthouse.
I said a lot of things at the penthouse.
About my not being able to forgive someone.
It's true.
I'm learning, though. I realized that Tony forgave you for what you did and what happened. And, I can't do any less, so...
You forgive me.
I don't hold what happened to Tony against you anymore. But...
What?
That's as far as it goes.
Oh.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think I do.
Then what am I saying?
Forgiveness is what you said. It means I don't have an excuse for what I did. But you won't hold it against me, that's all.
Felicia.
I promised myself I'd wait forever for your forgiveness. That's how much it meant to me.
We gotta get it straight. It can't be that way, all right?
What?
Look, we're friends, and that's all. I can't go back to what we had before.
Lovers?
Lovers trust each other completely.
You don't trust me.
You made your choice. You chose your treasure over our relationship. You broke your word to me.
I know.
It's hard for me to get that out of my system. It's even harder because you still work for Donnelly.
It's not really important.
It is important. I happen to believe that Donnelly had a lot to do with Slater, more than we think.
Why don't you say what you really mean?
I am saying what I mean.
No, you're not. You're just fumbling about Donnelly. What you really want to say is that you can't risk being in love again.
I didn't say that.
But it's true, isn't it?
Yes, true.
Just so we understand each other.
Do we?
Perfectly.
Well?
I've been thinking.
So have I.
Will you go first?
No, go ahead.
All right. We obviously suspect each other. Strongly, I'd say.
Very strongly.
Well, you're so sure.
I'm sure of one thing. I didn't take that treasure, so that means you did.
Nor Morgan or Sora.
No, they wouldn't have the guts to double-cross me.
Yes, well, Slater would.
Slater's in Brazil, so that brings us back to you.
And the end of the discussion. If we can't trust each other, Sean, any further relationship between us is pointless.
Agreed.
So let's dissolve this so-called partnership.
Why, you're leaving town?
No. Oh, no. I said we'll dissolve the partnership. I didn't say I was giving up on the game.
Then we're still in the game together, aren't we?
Even if we don't trust each other?
No, I trust you, Anna. About as far as I can throw you.
I see. But you still want to keep me here?
Exactly. Partner.
You understand, Slater, my word is law. I make the decisions, and you do nothing. I repeat, nothing without my approval.
I'll try to remember that.
No. You will remember that. Any violence at this time would not be in my best interests.
What if my best interest is taking care of Tony Jones?
Restrain yourself.
I don't know how much longer I can hold out.
You will hold out as long as I want you to. I want a line on the treasure first.
I told you it's either in the warehouse or aboard the medical ship.
Yes, you did. We shall search both places thoroughly. And when we find it...
Then we'll talk about taking care of Tony Jones.
Then we'll talk about what to do to the people who hurt my brother. To Scorpio, to Donnelly, to Felicia, and one more, Slater. To you.